Hey there, good evening, and thank you for joining us for Denver 7 News at 5 this Tuesday. I'm Jessica Porter.
And I'm Micah Smith. Tonight, we are following up on the deaths of 4 people who died outside in Denver over the weekend. Now, city officials say they all likely died of overdoses.
New numbers show an alarming trend among Denver's homeless population. Nearly 2 out of every 3 deaths this year were caused by a drug overdose. Advocates for the homeless worry those numbers will only get worse before the year ends.
Yeah, Denver 7's Brandon Richard has their message tonight.
I'm Denver 7's Brandon Richard. At least 4 people died outdoors in Denver over the weekend. Now, health officials say it appears that those deaths were caused by drug overdoses. But homeless advocates say it highlights a growing problem that they're hoping city leaders, including the city council, will pay more attention to.
It's another way to get them in.
As an advocate for the homeless, Amy Beck is a busy woman. In between providing outreach at encampments, you can find her sitting in the front row at a weekly city council meeting on homelessness and migrant issues.
Sometimes they're not aware of everything that's going on, or they don't have a perspective from the streets.
Amy wishes city leaders were more aware of the growing number of people dying on Denver streets.
What I've really noticed is that we in Denver and all over the country have a very tainted drug supply.
According to Denver Medical Examiner data, 260 people experiencing homelessness have died this year. Of those, 173, or 2/3, have died from drug overdoses.
So they're being exposed to drugs that they wouldn't usually use.
Those numbers don't yet include 4 outdoor deaths from over the weekend. The medical examiner's office told us those deaths were likely caused by drug overdoses. While they say they found no signs of hypothermia, Amy suspects the cold weather played a factor in a different way.
Well, what I would have to say is that people use often as a coping mechanism for very severe cold weather.
That's why she was disappointed when Governor Polis recently derailed efforts by some in his party to allow cities like Denver to establish overdose prevention centers, which would allow people to use drugs while being supervised. It's also why she supports a new proposal from Denver City Councilwoman Sarah Parody to ban encampment sweeps and require warming centers open whenever temperatures fall below 32 degrees.
So if we offer them a place off the streets, then perhaps we wouldn't see these numbers of overdoses during severe weather events happening in such a short period of time.
Until the politicians figure it out, Amy plans to keep doing her part, advocating for those who can't advocate for themselves. In Denver, Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
We want to mention the outside death designation by the city doesn't necessarily mean those people were experiencing homelessness, only that they were found outside. The Denver Medical Examiner's office tells us it will likely take several weeks to get toxicology results for those 4 cases.
Digging deeper, with a month left in the year, Denver has already surpassed the number of deadly overdoses from last year. I checked the city medical examiner's online dashboard for overdose deaths. The latest data shows 459 deaths. That's an increase of 6 deaths from 2022's total. In 2023, 299 of those deadly overdoses involved fentanyl.